So you don't necessarily have to be an employee, you can be an employer.
So would you say someone needs to experience being an employee first to become an employer?
Ooh. Is there anything that you never really expected, like lessons that you never really planned for?
Especially for young people when they're just starting out, I just say, just try everything. Don't say no, just try it. You might love it, you might find that it's your forte. Always be looking for opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere if you're looking. Once you start looking, you see opportunities everywhere. Just go for it.
If you've got a passion for something, you're never going to give up.
According to recent government data, nearly 1 million young people are unemployed. Why is that?
Let's find out.
I'm Forever.
I'm Manur.
Welcome to our show Youthology. Today we have our amazing guest, Judith Jack, who is an entrepreneur. Judith, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, anytime.
Hi.
Okay, so do we want to start by telling our guests who you are, a little bit about what you do, just a quick introduction?
Okay, my name is Judith. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for virtually all my life. Whether it was selling t-shirts, selling cakes, selling balloons decorated, I've always been doing something entrepreneur. Unfortunately, in my adult life, I did my GCSEs, A-levels, and then my degree, and I went into industry. But at the back of my mind, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I was coming up to a big birthday, and I decided that was the time. I want to go into business. I'd worked in government, worked in large corporate organisations. I was a middle manager. I felt I had enough experience. So I bumped into somebody by accident and they said they were about to do a project. Did I want to get involved? And I said yes. Handed my notice in and I went.
Wow.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. I can only imagine how tense it must be to just hand your notice in and then just walk out. That must have been amazing.
I know. My husband was, are you sure?
Of course.
And my kids were, Mummy's still going to go on holiday. But yeah, it was what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do it. I didn't actually know what business I was going to create. I was just going to do this project. So my background is project management.
Okay, that makes sense.
In the education field. So the transition into event management, which is currently my business, was an easier one.
Yeah.
If I was starting it from scratch, it would have been very difficult. So I already had connections, I knew the process, and I knew what sort of quality type of business I wanted to create. So that was fairly easy. The difficult thing was finding customers, finding my next customer. So I had my first customer. How do I find my next customer is the difficult issue.
Okay, that's lovely. Right, so can you tell our listeners a little bit about Reach Society while we're at it?
Okay. So Reach Society is an organisation, it's a social enterprise. It was set up in 2010 by a group of philanthropic individuals who wanted to inspire, motivate and encourage young boys and young men. And so they set up this organisation to do just that. As part of their work, they're a national organisation. They work in London, Birmingham, Luton, Croydon and a couple of other places. They do bespoke projects. They run these amazing conferences for young people, in which young people can come and speak to employers, they can come and speak to role models, which is critical for that whole model. They can come and speak to entrepreneurs, and they can just come and parents and young people can come and speak to each other, to network and be inspired by each other. And it's just an amazing organisation. I've been involved with them for about 5 years, I think. The first event that I met them at was in Luton. I brought my 10-year-old and my 6-year-old to the event, even though the event is for 10 and upwards. I brought both of them. And I was just blown away when I saw it. Lots of young black people engaging with employers and just engaging with the role models who are all black people in all different walks of life, in all different professions, and it was the first time I saw like a black pilot, black soldiers, black professionals. It was just amazing. And I thought, I want a bit of this. So I started going every year, and eventually I met Dr. Trevor Adams, who was the lead for the Luton event, and we got chatting. And then I said to him, oh, I've just started a business, can I exhibit?
Oh.
As you do.
As you do.
And he said, well, we don't really have really, really small businesses. But I said, well, why don't you have like an entrepreneur's corner?
Oh, I love that.
And I know quite a few people who would want to come along. And he said, let me think about it. And then a couple of weeks later, he said, oh yeah, that idea, let's do it. I think let's do that. And so I exhibited, I think, on conference 3 as an exhibitor with some of my colleagues, and then Dr. Adams got loads of other entrepreneurs, and we had a massive entrepreneur room, which was amazing.
I love that. I love the sound of that, because it's one thing to have like professionals, people who are working for other people's corporations, but it's important that we have the people who made those corporations where other people are working. So it's just full circle. I love that.
And it shows young people that there are several pathways.
Oh yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to be an employee, you can be an employer.
Exactly.
Several pathways.
So would you say someone needs to experience being an employee first to become an employer?
Ooh.
Or would you say that there are some benefits of just going into being an employer?
That's a really interesting question. For me personally, I really benefited from being an employee because I built my network, I built my skill, and my know-how of business and how it operates, and so that's helped me to set up my own business. I'm not sure whether I think you move quicker if you've already had that experience. If you haven't had that experience, you have to then effectively learn it from scratch. I know some people who've gone straight from university straight into business, but they were doing small businesses from a very young age.
The
so
practice
they have a bit
has
of it.
to be there.
So it's all about experience.
I think so, experience and confidence. If you've worked in a particular area, you develop a level of confidence. And know-how, and you need that when you're working as an entrepreneur, because in a business you've got a job and you do that job. When you work for yourself and you've got your own business, in most situations you have to do everything.
Several jobs.
And that's a very different skill set.
The act of multitasking there as well, I can imagine must be horrible when you first get started. That is, but yeah, it is, and you learn a lot of things.
Goes like that. The day goes like that.
That's excellent. Okay, my next question is, so you've already touched on this, so you've already mentioned how you met Dr. Trevor Adams and how he was involved in like Reach Society, but for the Luton branch, and then how you were the entrepreneur of the entrepreneurial space of, you get what I'm saying, which is really good. But now you are the project manager, I hear, for the Luton Employability Day. Do you want to take us through what a planning day would look like for you? Or it doesn't stop.
I shouldn't actually say that, because the whole idea of Reach is that we keep things simple and we focus on the things that we do well and we do it well. So it's not that complicated, because Dr. Adams has done so much work over the last 5 years to really build up the approach, the processes, the connections. He's like a proper community leader. So he knows everyone. So that's already in place. So I feel a bit of a cheat really coming in when all of that's already been set up. So that's always there in the background. So we've got databases of people and contacts and all those things are already there. But in terms of planning, a lot of our time is spent going into the community and talking to people to say, look at this event, this will be a great opportunity for your young person. Come along, you're bound to find something useful. You're bound to have a conversation with a professional or an exhibitor or another parent that will help you as a parent or help your young person.
Yeah.
So that a lot of our time is spent there. The planning process itself is fairly straightforward. We tend to start January time.
Oh wow. So you're in the works right now?
No, our last conference was in March.
Sorry,
so that's
I've
done.
made a mistake. Yeah, that's done. Sorry.
That's done. So we're doing very little now. We're still reaching. What we're doing now is just reaching out into the community and making new contacts. We've got a campaign called Word of Mouth, which is the approach is that we connect with the parents, because with the LED event, it's focused on sort of 10 to 16-year-olds.
Okay. So you need to speak to
the parents.
Yeah.
For those young people to come to the event, they have to bring their parents. If the young person is under 16, they have to come with a responsible adult.
Yeah.
And that's tend to be the parents.
Yeah.
So it's about connecting to those parents and getting them to see the benefit, and then getting them to register and come along on the day. I will be reaching out in the next couple of months to potentially new exhibitors, because we want to always keep that fresh.
Yeah.
We're always looking for bigger corporations to come in. I mean, we have quite big. Luton Rising always come along, the council, all the big employers in the local area come in, and that's the same for any employability day that Reach Society run. We have lots of employers. We obviously have the SMEs, small and medium-sized businesses coming in. We have charities, lots of charities, local community groups that come in and show, explain what they're doing, because all of them they may employ 5 or 6 people or 2 people, but it's still
they're still employing people.
Yeah. And small businesses make up a large proportion of our employment workforce. So,
lots of the time the community is not like one big business.
No.
It's usually like dozens of smaller businesses. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So now we understand the vision behind, I want to call it LED so bad, but the Luton Employability Day. Do you think it has evolved in the time that you've been in it? Have you seen like a change? Have you seen it move any different from when you first joined?
I can only really talk to that from an attendee's point of view. When I first started, it seemed we had a lot more people involved, a lot more attendees coming. The last Employability Day was a little bit poorly attended, and I mean there are many reasons why that may have been. It was it was actually the hottest day of the year. It was
because I remember that. Oh God.
I think everyone was just staying inside. It was just too much. But in terms of the exhibitors, we had so many new exhibitors come on that day. It was amazing, and it is about the parents and the young person connecting with these professionals, but it's also about the exhibitors connecting with each other.
Yes, that's another thing.
They get to network with each other.
Partnerships and stuff.
They do partnerships, they do business, they meet new customers, they get new ideas from being in the same room.
That's
so
wonderful.
it's twofold. It's for parents and young people, but it's also for exhibitors as well. And professionals, the role models, all get to connect up as a network. And I run a couple of sessions for the role models, so they can connect up. I would like it to be more regular, but we do it occasionally, and they meet up and they chat, they exchange ideas, they get jobs, they all sorts of things with each other.
So it's like not just me going there to find out what's going on around me, but it's also like immersive networking between the people who are already exhibiting, which is really cool actually.
It's a community, effectively.
It's great that the businesses get to know about other businesses as well for that collaboration.
Yeah, because imagine like you are a company and you want to throw an event, you will need caterers, you reach out to another catering company, which is really good as well. Build those strong relationships as well, which is really important.
That is so true. So the caterers that we normally have at the event, they come along, and then they always get business as a result of coming Always.
Who doesn't love food? Who doesn't love food?
It's not just food, it's everything. I was speaking to... we do workshops as well as part of the event, and we've been doing creative workshops. So if you want to be a photographer, graphic designer, anything in the creative sphere, we run a workshop for that. And the creatives who came last time, they obviously connected with each other, and they've been talking, and they are getting work out of it. So
I love the sound of that.
Yeah,
I do.
It's just really good. It's a whole thing. It's just an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, it's like planting seeds almost, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely planting. It is planting seeds and showing different pathways to young people. And the entrepreneurs who are there and the creators who are there.
Yeah,
exactly.
I like it. It's like a hub for growth. I quite like the idea of that.
Yeah.
So you've spoken about how you managed to get employers and organisations to come in. You've spoken about how you pull in a lot of the big employers, and then you're also pulling smaller businesses, which are obviously very important to economic growth in general.
Yeah.
You've also touched on how you manage or how you gauge the value that you present, not strictly based on attendance number, because most of the time when people have events, they gauge how successful it was based on attendance. But now you've just explained to us that it could be maybe the attendance wasn't that great, but business owners got to network with business owners, got to learn, partnerships were birthed from that event, which I think is so cool. Amazing. My next question was, is there anything that you never really expected, lessons that you never really planned for? Obviously, because you're planning it, and then on the day you realise that, oh my God, that happened as well. That's a great takeaway.
I think for me, one thing that really stood out the last event, how we, as the Luton Employability event, we have an opportunity to give young people an opportunity within the event. So we had volunteers.
Oh, that's lovely.
And so there's an opportunity for them to learn about project management or event management.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even if it's just on the day, you give them a section of, okay, you manage the registration desk.
Oh, they would love that. It's like a tiny bit of power.
Yeah, power and just customer service.
Oh yeah.
Organising, looking at data, because I'll say, okay, how many people, what percentage of people have come, who's doing what, are all the exhibitors there? It's all that sort of softer skill that you so need when you go into the workplace that you could learn just there.
Yeah. And so many different areas as well.
Yeah. I think we had about 10 volunteers from the school itself, and that was really good.
That's so nice.
And I always bring my daughters along. Here you go.
They already have a job.
Some work.
They already have a job. They don't even need to apply. Come on.
So speaking of soft skills, how important is confidence building when you're trying to get employability?
Oh, it's critical. Without confidence, you won't do anything. You'll just hide away from it. I think with confidence, you have to build alongside skill and knowledge. I think they're equally important. I think if you're very confident with no skill, then that's very different. But if you're very skillful but have no confidence, then you'll get nowhere because you won't do anything. So it's critical that, I think, especially for young people when they're just starting out, I just say, just try everything. Don't say no, just try it. You might love it, you might find that it's your forte. You might find that you hate it, but then you know that you hate
what
it
you hate.
And you won't bother going down that path.
Yeah.
So I would say try everything and look for opportunities. Always be looking for opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere if you're looking. Once you start looking, you see opportunities everywhere. And just go for it. Be prepared to ask lots of questions. That builds confidence in you speaking to people. I know some young people, they're really good at texting and and they don't do so much of the chatting, the physical chatting.
Interactions.
But that skill is actually critical for the workplace.
Yeah.
Yes, we do lots of emails, but being able to speak confidently to somebody is very important.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to move up the ladder. If you're able to present, for example, another softer skill, that's critical. it allows you to explain your ideas, and you find that you travel up the corporate ladder much quicker.
A lot faster,
a
yeah.
lot faster.
So would you say you've always been quite confident, or is this...
Not at all.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, you come across as like confident straight up.
So I wasn't born here. I came here when I was 9 from the Caribbean, and I had a very strong Caribbean accent. And I think for the first 3 years of school, I did not say one word.
Oh my God.
Because I was so conscious of it.
Yeah.
And then I started saying the odd word here and there. And by the time I got into sixth form, I was like, Judith, you're going to have to start. Need to woman up. Because people are taking your ideas and moving forward, and it's my idea.
Yeah, and they're not giving you credit.
No,
yeah.
and
of course they're not.
Simply because I wouldn't speak
up.
And so from there, from sixth form is when I started speaking a lot. And then the best job that gave me so much opportunity, I got a job with an organisation called the National College for Teaching and Leadership. And it was a new organisation that the government had set up to train head teachers. So if you wanted to be a school leader, you had to go through this organisation.
Oh.
And so I started as a senior programme coordinator, and that just, it forced me to be able to speak
clearly as well.
Speak clearly, speak in groups, stand up and speak, because I was surrounded by teachers and head teachers who are natural orators.
Yeah.
And I just had to up my game. And that helped me loads because I had the opportunity, so I just took it. I wasn't very good to start off with, but I did. And then I did this amazing course. I left when I left DFE, this organisation became part of the department in the end. And then I left there and I went to an organisation called Kia Group, with a construction company, massive construction company. And I was in the HR department, and we did this thing called Insights. It was a training program, and it was about how people can tap into different traits in their personality. And there's this thing called dialing up. So my natural personality is an introvert. I'm very introverted, but I can dial up and tap into my extrovert self.
For a couple.
For a time. And then I go back in again.
Would you say that's quite draining?
That's draining, but it's necessary. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So before this interview, I was like, okay, right, focus. I'm in. And when I finish, I'll just need 5 minutes to just decompress, and I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a strategy that a lot of people need to build up, because it's not always introvert, extrovert. There's not that thick line. Sometimes you could just step out of it for a couple of minutes, do what you need to do, and then go straight back. Yeah,
I think you have to do that. Otherwise, everything will pass you by, and you don't. Yeah, there's opportunities that our communities are missing because we're not stepping into the space.
Yeah.
So would you say it's more of a personal responsibility to develop that, or your community should help you through building confidence?
I think a bit of both, bit of everything really. So it has to start with you, a personal responsibility to say, okay, I might be lacking in confidence, but I'm going to try. But I think also it's up to the community, as we say, a village. It takes a village to raise a child.
I was literally saying that, reciting it in my head.
So your parents, your aunties and uncles, and your wider community help you along the way. And then wider society will help you along the way. And you just, take those blessings that they give and use it. Be grateful for it as well.
Yeah. Like having those role models.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
That's inspirational.
Literally leads us back into the event as well. Having those role models and speaking to them. You can see a lot of them that are really similar to you, and you're like, oh, you do this as well. Oh my gosh, I can take inspiration from you, which is very important.
It's so important. The only reason why I wanted to be an entrepreneur was this guy. It was so I must 10, 12 or something like that. He came into our school and he was talking about, okay, I've set up this business. It was a electronic, some sort of engineering business, which I have no interest in. But the fact that he was running a business was what's like, oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Some random person can give you inspiration. There's so much inspiration around YouTube stuff. Anything on Google, ChatGPT. There is information everywhere to inspire you.
Yeah. That's
and
awesome.
people.
And oh my God,
people.
yes, and people.
In your family, in your local community, they're everywhere. You see people who are doing great things. They might not be what you would call a celebrity, but they're still doing great things that you can learn from and be inspired by.
Amazing. So just reeling it back before we close off the show, reeling it back to your event. After the event, is there anything you do to sustain that momentum? Because the way I'm picturing it right now, it's something that builds a lot of momentum, gets a lot of partnerships, starts a lot of fires. How do you keep those fires burning? Do you have like mentorship classes? Do you do anything extra on top of it? How do you sustain it till the next round of
the next event?
Yeah.
So Reach Society as a whole runs events throughout the year.
Yeah.
So somebody from Luton, if they wanted to go to an event in Birmingham, can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always events going on. They don't do mentorship.
Okay.
But they're quite happy for the whatever local community to do that. Not in their name, but if somebody wanted to set something up, they won't,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We've got a newsletter that we send out to attendees, the parents.
Okay.
With articles on employability type issues. We want to do a bit more in terms of connecting to people. So me and others. So we've got this WhatsApp group with about in Luton itself. We've got a WhatsApp group with about 40-ish role models and people who said that they will help us to spread the word. So we talk all the time in the group.
Okay.
For us. And then what I want to do going forward is to have a bit more conversation with the parents that are out there. Maybe just send them out useful videos or articles or something. I might try and run a midterm event. But I have to think about how that would actually work and the finances, how I finance
how
that.
everything would pan out. And
Yeah.
I get it.
But I'd love to do something interim before the next big event.
Yeah.
Again, just to keep the momentum
Keep them
going.
engaged, yeah.
And we get a lot of letters in from parents and young people. Once they've attended the event, we always get loads of really complimentary letters, either telling us, what they've done and how it's helped them. Or last year, I'm not saying this is directly for us, but I think we had some sort of contribution to that.
Yeah.
This student has been coming for, I think she attended 2 years. Coming, speaking to employers, speaking to the universities in particular, and she got a place this year at Cambridge.
That's wonderful.
Obviously, it's not us or it's her hard work, but it's seeing what's out there, and where you should be going. We've had people who've come along and then they've gone on to do local courses. I know a couple of students that I met, they've gone on that like really young. There's this guy who runs like a plumbing course.
Okay.
Pastor Carl, he runs a free plumbing course for young people.
Oh wow.
And he came to the event last time, and as a result, some of those young people have gone onto his course, which is great. And we've just had lots of thank you for helping us, thank you for showing us all the different pathways. Some parents say, okay, I was thinking university was the thing that was what was next on my list for my young person, but having been there now, I'm thinking about apprenticeships, or I'm thinking maybe they'll go into a job and for a bit get some experience and then think about university. So there's just by coming and being in the space,
you gain so much.
Think differently about things.
So through this, parents can even become more open-minded to the different pathways.
Oh yeah, that's really good as well.
Exactly, because some parents they're not
Quite rigid.
heavily involved in their children's education. They sort of allow the school to
Manage it.
and they should, because you know they're the professionals. But with parental input is needed.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is.
It's giving them that awareness and that knowledge of what's out there and what they can and can't do. And you know, showing the next step for their young person, really.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have that support behind you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, the great thing about having the parents come with the young people is that the conversations that they have with employers are different. You know, when a young person goes, they're quite shy. They're like, I don't want to ask anything.
And then mum comes and is like, this is my son. Yeah, he's very interested in engineering. Yeah.
It's a very different conversation, isn't it? And I think it's a really nicer part of the events to have that dynamics of parents.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sounds really lovely.
Yeah, it does.
It is a really nice event. I love events. I love any events. I do lots of events. I love events because I like the fact it brings people together. It educates them. It shows them so many different opportunities and pathways. I love that. That's why I like about events. That's why I do it as my business.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really am absolutely wrung out on questions. I have nothing else to ask you. But you've answered and delivered amazingly. Thank you so much. If someone wanted to get involved with you, wanted to just know more about you, wanted to speak to you, get in contact with your event, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way, they can reach me on LinkedIn. Okay. I'm just Judith Jack, the boss partner, which is the name of my company.
I quite like that.
The Boss Partner event.
The Boss Partner.
I am the boss. On LinkedIn, or they can email me, judith.jack@thebosspartner.com.
Amazing.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. Guys, you have been watching Youthology. I am Forever.
I'm Manur.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Forever.
Hi, I'm Manur.
We're both Senior Youth Ambassadors at Attentive Social Enterprise. If you're enjoying our content, please
make sure to like and subscribe
and join the conversation in the comments. Bye.